Samsaradava nalalita loka Taranaya karunya kanha kanatvam Praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya Vande guroshi charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nritya Gita Vaditra Madhyam Manasora Sena Romanchakam Pashutaranga Bhajo Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Shivikrahara Dhananitya Nana Shingaratam Mandira Marjanado Yutasya Bhaktam Chaniyunjatopi Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Chaturvidashi Bhagavat Prasada Sadhana Tripta Hari Bhakta Sangha Kirteva Triptim Bhajatasataiva Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Shiradhika Mahatava Yorapara Madhurya Lila Gunarupa Namnam Pratikshana Sadanalolupasa Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Nikunja yuno ratikeli sitai Yaya lipe yukte rapeshaniya No ratikeli sitai Yaya lipe yukte rapeshaniya Nikunja yuno ratikeli sitai Yaya lipe yukte rapeshaniya Kunja yuno Yaya lipe yukte apesha Tatrati dakshat ativallabhasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Tatrati dakshat ativallabhasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Sashathari tena samasta shastre Utasthatha bhaveteva sati Shatari tena samasta shastre Utasthatha bhaveteva sati Kintu prabhoya priyaeva tasya Vande Guroshi Charanarvindam Kintu prabhoya priyaeva tasya Vande Sashatharitena samasta shastre Uttasthatapa Vyateva Sadvi Kintu Prabhoya Pyeva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Yasya prasada bhagavat prasado Yasya prasada nakati kutopi Jayam stuvam stasya yashasti santhyam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pisthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Chaitanya Nityananda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Hariharaya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopa Govindaram Shri Madhusudana. Giridhari Gopinatha Madana Mohana. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Sita. Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha. Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raghunatha. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Nilamada Radha Nilamada Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha Nilamada Radha Nilamada Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra, Jaya Sudarshana. Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman, Jaya Sitaram, Jaya Lakshman Hanuman. Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha, Jaya Lakshmi Narasingha. Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Nittai Gaura Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo, Hari Bolo Nitai Gora Hari Bolo. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Pramhamsa Pratika Acharya Ashtota Shatashi Shrimadis Divine Grace Aparachana Rinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. ISKCON BBT Bhaktivedanta Institute Founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnu Pada Pramhamsa Pratika Acharya Ashtota Shatashi Shrimadis Divine Grace Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananda Koti Vaishnavanda Ki Jai. Nama Acharya Srila Haridasa Ki Jai. Premise Koho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Navadvip Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Purushottama Chaita Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Ayodhya Dham Ki Jai. Ganga Mai Ki Jai. Yamuna Mai Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Samaveta Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Harinama Sankirtana Ki Jai. Transcendental Books Distribution Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanande Hari Hari. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. All glory to Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Dala Dadayine. Hiranyakasi Purvakshaha. Shilatankanakalaye. Ito Narasimha Parato Narasimha. Yato Yato Yamitato Narasimha. Bahena Simho Hrudayena Simho. Narasimhamadim Sharanam Prapade. Tavakara Kamalavare Nakam Adbhuta Singam. Dhalita Hiranyakasipu Tanubringam. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय भक्ता प्रहलाद भक्ता प्रहलाद भक्ता प्रहलाद जय भक्ता प्रहलाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल नरसिंहदेव भगवान की जय।
वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पते देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पते देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंदाय तुलसी देवाय प्रियाय केशव सच विष्णु भक्ति पदे देवी सत्यवताय नमो नमः। वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्णा प्रेयसी 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 नमो नमः राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो ये अभिलाषी राधा कृष्ण सेवा पावो अभिलाषी ये तुम्हार शरण लो तारा वांछ पूर्ण हो ये तुम्हार शरण लो तारा वांछ पूर्ण कृपा कोरी कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी कृपा कोरो तारे वृंदावन वासी मोरा अभिलाष विलास कुंज दियो वास मोरा अभिलाष यवा स्नयने हेरी सदा युगल रूप राशि नयने विभो सदा युगल रूप राशि এই নিবেদন ধারো সখীর অনুগত করো এই নিবেদন सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासी निज दासी दीना कृष्ण दासे को ये न मोरा हो श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी श्री राधा गोविंद श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी राधा गोविंद प्रेमे सदा ये न भासी नमो नमः तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसी नमो नमः नमो नमः यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे तानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे यानि कानि च पापानि ब्रह्महत्यादिकानि च तानि तानि प्रणश्यन्ति प्रदक्षिण पदे पदे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय तुलसी महारानी 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 जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय वृंदे देवी जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय वृंदाय तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः तुलसी देव्याय प्रियाय केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमः वृंदा देवी तुलसी महारानी की जय।
Oh Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow down before you again. My desire is in the service of Shri Radha and Krishna. Wherever take charge, you have wish fulfilled. Bestow mercy upon him and make him a resident of Vrindavana. My desire also grant me residence in the precious groves of Shri Vrindavana Dham. Thus within my vision I shall behold the beautiful person Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me follow a cowherd dancer's virgin. Please give me the privileged devotional service and make me your own maid servant. This very fallen lowly servant of Krishna prays. May I always swim in the love of Shri Radha and Govinda. Srimati Tulasi Maharani ki jai. There are 10 fences in the method of chanting holy names that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives for propagating holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider names of demigods like Lord Shiva or Brahma to be equal to independent name Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature pursuing the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities and strength of chanting the holy name. 8. To consider chanting Hare Krishna one of the auspicious ritualistic activities, offering the Veda the fruit activities, karma, ganda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about glorious holy name. 10. To not complete faith in the chanting holy names, and to maintain material attachments in understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee claims a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve desired success, Krishna prema. Now let us offer multiple obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just as I trees who can fulfill to the everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam ki jai. Jeto Darpana Marjanam Pava Mahadavagni Nirvapanam Shriya Kairava Chandrika Vitaranam Vidyavatu Jivanam Anandam Pudivardhanam Pradipadam Purunarmita Sadhanam Sarvatmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Namnam Agadi Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatra pita niyamita smaranena kalaha etadeshi tava kripa bhagavam mamapi durudaivami desham iha janina nurakaha trinatapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sada harihi na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye Mama Jammani Jammanishware Bhavata Bhaktir Haituki Tavai Ayinanda Tanuja Kinkaram Patitam Man Vishame Bhavam Buddha Kripaya Tava Pada Pankaja Stithaturi Satesham Vichintaya Nayanam Karadashuru Daraya Vatanam Katkada Rudaya Gira Pulakai Nichitam Mapurkada Tava Nama Grahane Bhavishyati Yuga itam nimishena chakrusha pravisha itam shunya itam jagat sarvam govinda virahena me ashrishava padaratam pinnastumam adarsanam marmahatam karotuva yatha tatha va vitatatu lampato matprananatha susa eva naparaha Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Chaitanya Shastakam ki jai. Glory to Shri Krishna Sankirtana, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years. and distinguishes far conditional life for repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is prime benediction of humanity at large, because it spreads the rays of benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendent knowledge. It increases ocean transcendent bliss, and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which all is anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone grant all benediction human beings. Thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these transcendental names you invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out kindness you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I'm so unfortunate and have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than the straw in the street. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and shall be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor to desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your constant devotional service, birth after birth. O Sanhamarnanda Krishna, I'm an eternal servitor, yet somehow I fall into the ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me at one island at the lotus feet. O my Lord, while my eyes be decorated with tears of love flowing constant when I chant the holy name, while my voice choke up, or hairs of my body stand end, a recitation of your name. O Govinda, feeling of separation, I'm considering the moment to be like a great millennium. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents of rain, and I'm feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and shall remain so if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He is completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Shri Chaitanya Shikshastakam ki jai. Shri Mangala Aarti prayers ki jai. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshu Omritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Ragnatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadhuitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nivishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Desha Tarine Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Iti Namine Shri Varshabhanavi Devi Daitaya Kripaptaye Krishna Sambandha Vijnana Daine Prabhavin Namaha Madhuryo Jala Premadya Shri Rupa Nuga Bhaktita Shri Gaura Karana Shakti Vigrahaya Namostute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtaye Dinatarine Rupanuga Virudapa Siddhanta Dvantaharine Namo Gaura Kishoraya Sakshad Vairagya Murtaye Vipalambara Sambodhe Padam Pujayate Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Svarupaya Rupanuga Varayate Gaura Virbhava Bhumistvam Nirdishta Sajana Priyaha Vaishnava Sarabhauma Shri Jagannathaya Te Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhishcha Kripa Sindhu Bhevacha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurateshe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Svarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakham Namami Bhakta Shaktikam He Krishna Karna Sindho Dinapanto Jagapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Jayatam Sratoro Pangor Mamamanda Mater Kati Masarvasva Padam Bojo Radha Madana Mohano Divyad Vindadanya Kalpadumadaha Shimadra Nagara Singhasanasto Shimadradha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtaribi Sevamano Smarami Shiman Rasarasarambi Vamsivata Tatastita Karsham Venu Snair Gopir Gopinatha Shayestunaha Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavanishvari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Dhadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Shri Mangala Charana Prayers Ki Jai. Shri Parama Samhita Ki Jai. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidananda Vigraha Anadiradi Govinda Sarva Karana Karanam Chintamani Parakara Satmasukapa Viksha Rakshariteshu Surabi Rabi Palayantam Lakshmi Sahasra Shatasam Brahmasevyamanam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venung Kavanantam Aravinda Talayatacham Parharvatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Gantarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alo Lachanta Kalasa Vanamara Vamshi Ranang Kadam Panayakeli Kalavilasam Shamam Tipanka Laditan Yata Prakasham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalindriya Rittimanti Pashanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chimmaya Satujala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitam Achotam Anadi Manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Dulabam Adulabam Atma Bhakto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavassara Sampragamyo Vayurathapi Manaso Muni Pangavanam Sopi Asti Prapadajisime Vichinta Tatve Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Eko Pyasara Chaitum Jagadanta Kotim Ya Chakti Rasti Jagadanta Chayaya Dantaha Antantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yad Bhava Bhavita Diyo Manujastateva Samprapya Rupa Mahimasana Yana Pushaha Suktaryam Eva Nigama Patitai Stuvanti Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chimay Rasa Patibhavitapi Stape Evan Jarupa Tayakalapi Goloka Eva Nivasati Kilatma Bhutto Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Premanjana Churuta Bhakti Vilochanena Santa Sateva Hidayeshu Vilokayanti Yam Shama Sundam Achintya Guna Swarupam Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ramadi Murtishu Kalanya Mena Tishtan Nanavatarama Karo Bhuvaneshu Kintu Krishna Swayam Samapava Paramapumamyo Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Krishna, who is known as Govinda, is the supreme God. He has an eternal blissful spiritual body. He is the origin of all. He has no other origin and is the prime cause of all causes.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, the first progenitor who is tending the cows, yielding all desire, in abodes built with spiritual gems, surrounded by millions of purpose trees, always served with great reverence and affection by hundreds of thousands of Lakshmis or Gopis. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is adept in playing on his flute with blooming eyes like lotus petals, with head decked with peacock's feather, with a figure of beauty tinged with the hue of blue clouds, and his unique loveliness charming millions of cupids. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, round whose neck is swinging a garland of flowers, beautified with the moon locket, whose two hands are adorned with the flute and jeweled ornaments, who always revels in pastimes of love, whose graceful threefold burning form of Shyamasundara is eternally manifest. I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, whose transcendental form is full of bliss, truth, substantiality, and is thus full of the most dazzling splendor. Each of the limbs of the transcendental figure possesses in himself the full-fledged functions of all the organs, and eternally sees, maintains, and manifests the infinite universes, both spiritual and mundane.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is inaccessible to the Vedas, but obtainable by pure unalloyed devotion of the soul, who is without a second, who is not subject to decay, is without a beginning, whose form is endless, who is the beginning, and the eternal Purusha, yet he is a person possessing the beauty of blooming youth.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord. Only the tip of the toe of whose lotus feet is approached by the yogis who aspire after the transcendental and betake themselves to pranayama by drilling the respiration, or by the jnanis who try to find out the non-differentiated Brahman by the process of elimination of the mundane extending over thousands of millions of years.
He is an undifferentiated entity, as there is no distinction between potency and the possessor thereof. In his work of creation of millions of worlds, his potency remains inseparable. All the universes exist in him, and he is present in his fullness in every one of the atoms that are scattered throughout the universe at one and at the same time. Such is the primeval Lord whom I adore.
I adore the same Govinda, the primeval Lord, in whose praise men who are imbued with devotion sing the mantra suktas told by the Vedas by gaining their appropriate beauty, greatness, thrones, conveyances, and ornaments.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, residing in his own realm, Goloka, with Radha, resembling his own spiritual figure, the embodiment of the ecstatic potency, possessed of the 64 artistic activities, in the company of her confidants, Sakhis, embodiments of the extension of her bodily form, permeated and vitalized by his ever-blissful spiritual rasa.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who is Shamasundara Krishna himself with inconceivable, innumerable attributes, whom the pure devotees see in their heart of hearts with the eye of devotion tinged with the salve of love.
I worship Govinda, the primeval Lord, who manifested himself personally as Krishna and the different avatars in the world in the forms of Rama, Nrsimha, Vamana, etc., as his subjective portions.
Bhagavad Gita 7.1 purport. Shrunvatam swakata Krishna punya sravana kirtanaha hridayanta histo hi abhadrani vidinoti suhrat satam nasta prayeshva abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama sloke bhaktir bhavati naistiki tada rajastamo bhava kama lobha dayaschaye chetha eterana vidam sthitam satve prasidati एवं प्रसन्न मनसो भगवद भक्ति योगतः भगवत तत्व विज्ञानम मुक्त संगस्य जायते विद्यते हृदय ग्रंथे चित्यन्ते सर्व समस्याः क्षीयन्ते च कर्माणि दृष्टा एवात्मनीश्वरे. To hear about Krishna from Vedic literatures or to hear from him directly through the Bhagavad Gita is itself righteous activity. And for one who hears about Krishna, Lord Krishna, who is dwelling in everyone's heart, acts as a best wishing friend and purifies the devotee who constantly engages in hearing of him. In this way, devotee naturally develops his dormant transcendental knowledge. As he hears more about Krishna from the Bhagavatam and from the devotees, he becomes fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. By development of devotional service, one becomes freed from the modes of passion and ignorance, and thus material lust and avarice are diminished. When these impurities are wiped away, the candidate remains steady in his position of pure goodness, becomes enlivened by devotional service, and understands the science of God perfectly. Thus, Bhakti Yoga severs the hard knot of material affection and enables one to come at once to the stage of Asamsayam Samagram, understanding of the Supreme Absolute Truth Personality of Godhead, Bhagavatam 1.2.17 to 21. Therefore, only by hearing from Krishna or from his devotee in Krishna consciousness can one understand the science of Krishna. Bhagavad Gita 14.16. Sattva sanjayate jnanam rajaso lobha evacha pramadamohau tamaso bhavato jnanam evacha. Sattva, from the mode of goodness, sanjayate, develops, jnanam, knowledge, rajasa, from the mode of passion, lobha, greed, eva, certainly, cha, also, pramada, madness, mohau, and illusion. Tamasha, from the mode of ignorance, bhavataha, develop, ajnanam, nonsense, eva, certainly, cha, also. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. From the mode of goodness, real knowledge develops. From the mode of passion, greed develops. And from the mode of ignorance, develop foolishness, madness, and illusion. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Since the present civilization is not very congenial to the living entities, Krishna consciousness is recommended. Through Krishna consciousness, society will develop the mode of goodness. When the mode of goodness is developed, people will see things as they are. In the mode of ignorance, people are just like animals and cannot see things clearly. In the mode of ignorance, for example, they do not see that by killing one animal, they are taking the chance of being killed by the same animal in the next life. Because people have no education in actual knowledge, they become irresponsible. To stop this irresponsibility, education for developing the mode of goodness of the people in general must be there. When they are actually educated in the mode of goodness, they will become sober, in full knowledge of things as they are. Then people will be happy and prosperous. Even if the majority of the people aren't happy and prosperous, if a certain percentage of the population develops Krishna consciousness and becomes situated in the mode of goodness, then there is a possibility for peace and prosperity all over the world. Otherwise, if the world is devoted to the modes of passion and ignorance, there can be no peace or prosperity. In the mode of passion, people become greedy and their hankering for sense enjoyment has no limit. One can see that even one has enough money and adequate arrangements for sense gratification, there is neither happiness nor peace of mind. That is not possible because one is situated in the mode of passion. If one wants happiness at all, this money will not help him. He has to elevate himself to the mode of goodness by practicing Krishna consciousness. When one is engaged in the mode of passion, not only is he mentally unhappy, but his profession and occupation are also very troublesome. He has to devise so many plans and schemes to acquire enough money to maintain his status quo. This is all miserable. In the mode of ignorance, people become mad. Being distressed by their circumstances, they take shelter of intoxication and thus they sink further into ignorance. Their future in life is very dark. Bhagavad Gita 14.18 Urdhvam gachanti sattvasta madhye tishtanti rajasha jaganyay guna vrittista adho gachanti tamashaha. Urdhvam, upwards, gachanti, go, sattvasta, those situated in the mode of goodness, madhye, in the middle, tistanti, dwell, rajashaha, those situated in the mode of passion, jaganya, of abominable, guna, quality, vrittista, whose occupation, adha, down, gachanti, go, tamashaha, persons in the mode of ignorance. Those situated in the mode of goodness gradually go upward to the higher planets. Those in the mode of passion live on the earthly planets, and those in the abominable mode of ignorance go down to the hellish worlds. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Purport. In this verse, the results of actions in the three modes of nature are more explicitly set forth. There is an upper planetary system consisting of the heavenly planets, where everyone is highly elevated. According to the degree of development of the mode of goodness, the living entity can be transferred to various planets in this system. The highest planet is Satyaloka or Brahmaloka, where the prime person of this universe, Lord Brahma, resides. We have seen already that we can hardly calculate the wondrous condition of life in Brahmaloka. But the highest condition of life, the mode of goodness, can bring us to this. The mode of passion is mixed. It is in the middle between the modes of goodness and ignorance. A person is not always pure, but even if he should be purely in the mode of passion, he will simply remain on this earth as a king or a rich man. But because there are mixtures, one can also go down. People on this earth in the mode of passion or ignorance cannot forcibly approach the higher planets by machine. In the mode of passion, there is also the chance of becoming mad in the next life. The lowest quality, the mode of ignorance, is described here as abominable. The result of developing ignorance is very, very risky. It is the lowest quality in material nature. Beneath the human level, there are 8 million species of life, birds, bees, reptiles, trees, etc. And according to the development of the mode of ignorance, people are brought down to these abominable conditions. The word tamasha is very significant here. Tamasha indicates those who stay continuously in the mode of ignorance without rising to a higher mode. Their future is very dark. There is an opportunity for men in the modes of ignorance and passion to be elevated to the modes of goodness, and that system is called Krishna consciousness. But one who does not take advantage of this opportunity will certainly continue in the lower modes. Bhagavad Gita 14.19 Nanyam gunebhya kartaram yada drastanupashyati gunebhyascha param veti madbhavam sa sodigachyati. No, anyam, other, gunebhya, then the qualities, kartaram, performer, yada, when, Drashta, a seer, Anupashyati, sees properly. Gunebhya, to the modes of nature. Cha, and Param, transcendental. Vetti, knows. Matbhavam, to my spiritual nature. Saha, he. Adhigacchati, is promoted. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When one properly sees that in all activities no other performer is at work than these modes of nature, and he knows the Supreme Lord who is transcendental to all these modes, he attains my spiritual nature. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. One can transcend all the activities of the modes of material nature simply by understanding them properly, by learning from the proper souls. The real spiritual master is Krishna, and he is imparting this spiritual knowledge to Arjuna. Similarly, it is from those who are fully in Krishna consciousness that one has to learn these signs of activities in terms of the modes of nature. Otherwise, one's life will be misdirected. By the instruction of a bona fide spiritual master, a living entity can know of his spiritual position, his material body, his senses, how he is entrapped, and how he is under the spell of the material modes of nature. He is helpless, being in the grip of these modes. But when he can see his real position, then he can attain to the transcendental platform, having the scope for spiritual life. Actually, the living entity is not the performer of different activities. He is forced to act because he is situated in a particular type of body, conducted by some particular mode of material nature. Unless one has the help of spiritual authority, he cannot understand in what position he is actually situated. With the association of bona fide spiritual master, he can see his real position. And by such an understanding, he can become fixed in full Krishna consciousness. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of the material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the 7th chapter that one who has surrendered to Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. A man in Krishna consciousness is not controlled by the spell of the material modes of nature. It has already been stated in the 7th chapter that one who has surrendered into Krishna is relieved from the activities of material nature. For one who is able to see things as they are, the influence of material nature gradually ceases. Bhagavad Gita 14.20. Gunan etan athiyatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimukto mrittam asnute. Gunan, qualities. Etan, all these. Atitya, transcending. Trin, three. Dehi, the embodied. Deha, the body. Samudbhavan, produced of. Janma, of birth. Mrityu, death. Jara, and old age. Dukkhai, the distress. Sis, Vimukta, being freed from. Amritam, nectar. Asnute, he enjoys. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. How one can stay in the transcendental position even in this body in full Krishna consciousness is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word Dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of the modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life even in this body, because after leaving this body, he is certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement, and this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of material nature, he enters into a devotional service.
Text 21. Text 21, chapter 14. Arjuna uvacha kairlingai strin gunan etan atito bhavati prabho किमाचर कदम चैतां त्रीन् गुणान् अतिवर्धते. Arjuna Vacha, Arjuna said, Kai, by which Lingai, symptoms, Treen, three, Gunan, qualities, Etan, all these, Atitaha, having transcended, Bhavati is Prabho, O my Lord, Kim, what, Acharaha, behavior, Katam, how, Cha, also, Etan, these, Treen, three, Gunan, qualities, Ativardate, transcends. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord. Translation. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior? How does he transcend the modes of nature? Purport. In this verse, Arjuna's questions are very appropriate. He wants to know the symptoms of a person who has already transcended the material modes. He first inquires of the symptoms of such a transcendental person. How can one understand that he has already transcended the influence of the modes of material nature? The second question asks how he lives and what his activities are. Are they regulated or non regulated? Then Arjuna inquires of the means by which he can attain the transcendental nature. That is very important. Unless one knows the direct means by which one can be situated always transcendentally, there is no possibility of showing the symptoms. So, all these questions put by Arjuna are very important, and the Lord answers them. Chapter 14.
Chapter 14, text 25.
22.
22.5.
22 to 25. Okay. Can you read the Sanskrit?
No,
It's big.
I want to read it.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha Prakasham cha pramti tram cha pravatim cha moham eva cha panava nadveste samparvantani nane vratani kankshati. Udasan Shina Vad Asino Gunair Yona Vichalyate Guna Vardanta Iti Evam Yo Vitishtati Ningite Samadukha Sukha Swastas Sama Lostasma Kanchanaha Stulya Priyo Dirastulya Nindatma Samstuti Manapamanayo Mitrari Shoyo Sarvaramba Parityaga Tyagi Gunatita Sa Uchate. Sri Bhagavan Vacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, said, Prakasham, illumination, Cha, and Parvitam, attachment, Pravitim, attachment, cha, and moham, illusion, eva cha. Also, Pandava, O son of Pandu, na, and moham, illusion, eva cha, also, Pandava, O son of Pandu, not dvesti, not dvesti, does not hate. Samprapravani, although developed, na nirvitani, nor stopping development. Kangshati, desires. Udanshinavat, udasinivat, as if neutral. Asina, situated. Gunai, by the qualities. Ya, one who. Na, never. Vichalyate, is agitated.
Guna, the qualities. Vardante, or acting. Iti evam, knowing thus. Ya, one who. Avatistati, remains. Na, never. Ingate, flickers. Sama, equal. Dukkha, in distress. Sukha, and happiness. Swastha, being situated in himself. Sama, equally. Losta, a lump of earth. Asma, stone. Kanchana, gold. Tulya, equally disposed. Priya, to the deer. Apriya, and the undesirable. Dhira, study. Tulya, equal. Ninda, in defamation. Atma samstuti, and praise of himself. Mana, in honor. Apamanayo, and dishonor. Tulya, equal. Mitra, of friends. Ari, and enemies. Pakshayo, to the parties. Sarva, of all. Aramba, endeavors. Parityagi, renouncer. Gunatita, transcendental to the material modes of nature. Sa, he. Uchyate, is said to be. The Supreme Personality of
Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present, or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active, who is situated in the self and regards like happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal toward the desirable and undesirable, who is steady, situated equally in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friend and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of nature. Purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Arjuna submitted 3 different questions, and the Lord answers them one after one, and one after another. In these verses, Krishna first indicates that a person transcendently situated has no envy and does not hanker for anything. When a living entity stays in this material world, embodied from the material body by the material body, it is said to be understood it is said to be understood that he is under the control of one of the three modes of material nature. When he is actually out of the body, then he is out of the clutches of the material modes of nature. But as long as he is not out of the material body, he should be neutral. He should engage himself in the devotional service of the Lord so that his identity with the material body will automatically be forgotten. When one is conscious of the material body, he acts only for sense gratification. But when one transfers the consciousness to Krishna, sense gratification automatically stops. One does not need this material body, and he does not need to accept the dictations of the material body. The qualities of the material modes in the body will act, but as spirit soul, the self is aloof from such activities. How does he become aloof? He does not desire to enjoy the body, nor does he desire to get out of it. Thus, transcendently situated, the devotee becomes automatically freer. He need not try to become free from the effulgence of the mode. So influence starts with I, effulgence starts with E. Okay. Oh, okay. Influence of material nature.
Influence of the modes of material nature.
Influence of the modes of material nature. The next question concerns the dealing of a transcendently situated person. The materially situated person is affected by so-called honor and dishonor offered to the body, but the transcendently situated person is not affected by such false honor and dishonor. He performs his duty in Krishna consciousness and does not mind whether a man honors or dishonors him. He accepts things that are favorable for his duty in Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, he has no necessity of anything material, either a stone or gold. He takes everyone as his dear friend who helps him in his execution of Krishna consciousness. He does not hates his soul. He takes everyone as his dear friend who helps him in his execution of Krishna consciousness, and he does not hate his so-called enemy. He is equally disposed and sees everything on an equal level because he knows perfectly well that he has nothing to do with material existence. Social and political issues do not affect him because he knows that the situation of temporary upheavals and disturbances. He does not attempt anything for his own sake. He cannot attempt anything for Krishna. But for his personal self, he does not attempt anything. By such behavior, one becomes automatically transcendently situated. Text 26, chapter 14.
Mam chayo vyabhichareena bhakti yogena shivate Sagunan samatityaitan brahma bhuyaya kalpate. Mam unto me, cha also, ya a person who avyabhicharena without fail, bhakti yogena by devotional service, sevate renders service, sa he gunan the modes of material nature, samatitya transcending etan all these, brahma bhuyaya elevated to the Brahman platform, kalpate becomes one who translation one who engages in full devotional service, unfailing in all circumstances, at once transcends the modes of material nature and thus comes to the level of Brahman. Purport. This verse is a reply to Arjuna's third question. What is the means of attaining to the transcendental position? As explained before, the material world is acting under the spell of the modes of material nature. One should not be disturbed by the activities of the modes of nature. Instead of putting his consciousness into such activities, he may transfer his consciousness to Krishna activities. Krishna activities are known as Bhakti Yoga, always acting for Krishna. This includes not only Krishna but his different plenary expansions such as Rama and Narayana. He has innumerable expansions. One who is engaged in the service of any of the forms of Krishna or of his plenary expansion is considered to be transcendentally situated. One should also note that all the forms of Krishna are fully transcendental, blissful, full of knowledge, and eternal. Such personalities of Godhead are omnipotent and omniscient, and they possess all transcendental qualities. So, if one engages himself in the service of Krishna or his plenary expansions with unfailing determination, although these modes of material nature are very difficult to overcome, one can overcome them easily. This has already been explained in the 7th chapter. One who surrenders unto Krishna at once surmounts the influence of the modes of material nature. To be in Krishna consciousness or in devotional service means to acquire equality with Krishna. The Lord says that his nature is eternal, blissful, and full of knowledge, and the living entities are part and parcel of the Supreme, as gold particles are part of the gold mine. Thus, the living entity is in his spiritual position is as good as gold, as good as Krishna in quality. The difference of individuality continues. Otherwise, there would be no question of Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga means that the Lord is there, the devotee is there, and the activity of exchange of love between the Lord and devotee is there. Therefore, the individuality of two persons is present in the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the individual person. Otherwise, there would be no meaning to Bhakti Yoga. If one is not situated in the same transcendental position of the Lord, one cannot serve the Supreme Lord. To be a personal assistant to a king, one must acquire the qualifications. Thus, the qualification is to become Brahman or freed from all material contamination. It is said in the Vedic literature, Brahmaiva san Brahma piyeti. One can attain the Supreme Brahman by becoming Brahman. This means that one must qualitatively become one with the Brahman. By attainment of Brahman, one does not lose his eternal Brahman identity as an individual soul. Text 27.
It's last verse of this chapter.
ब्राह्मणो हि प्रतिष्ठाहम् अमृतस्य व्ययस्य च शाश्वतस्य च धर्मस्य सुखशैकान्तिकस्य च. Brahmana of the impersonal, Brahmajyoti, of the impersonal Brahmajyoti. He, certainly. Pratistha, the rest. Aham, I am. Amrutasya, of the immortal. Avyayasya, of the imperishable. Cha, also. Shashvatasya, of the eternal. Cha, and. Dharmasya, of the constitutional position. Sukhasya, of happiness. Aikantikasya, ultimate. Cha, also.
Translation. Translation. And I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman, which is immortal, imperishable, and eternal, and is the constitutional position of ultimate happiness. Papa. The constitution of Brahman is immortality, imperishably, immortality, imperishability, eternity, and happiness. Brahman is the beginning, a transcendental realization, Paramatma, the super soul. Paramatma, the super soul, is the middle, the second stage in transcendental realization, and the supreme personality of Godhead is the ultimate realization of the absolute truth. Therefore, both Paramatma and the impersonal Brahman are within the Supreme Person. It is explained in the 7th chapter that material nature is the manifestation of the inferior energy of the Supreme Lord. The Lord impregnates the inferior material energy.
Material nature. The inferior,
inferior material nature with fragments of the superior nature. And that is the spiritual touch in the material nature. When a living entity conditioned by this material nature begins the cultivation of spiritual knowledge, he elevates himself from the position of material existence and gradually rises up to the Brahman conception of the Supreme. This attainment of the Brahman conception of life is the first stage in self-realization. At this stage, the Brahman realized person is transcendental to the material position, but he is not actually perfect in Brahman realization. If he wants, he can continue to stay in the Brahman position and then gradually rise up to the Paramatma realization and then to the realization of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. There are many examples of this in Vedic literature. The 4 Kumaras were situated first in the impersonal Brahman conception of truth, but then they gradually rose to the platform of devotional service. One who cannot elevate himself beyond the impersonal conception of Brahman runs the risk of falling down. In Srimad Bhagavatam, it is stated that although a person may rise to the stage of impersonal Brahman without going further, with no information of the Supreme Person, his intelligence is not perfectly clear. Therefore, in spite of being raised to the Brahman platform, there is the chance of falling down if one is not engaged in the devotional service of the Lord. In the Vedic language, it is also said, Raso Vaisa Rasam Hi Evayam Labdvan Nandi Bhavati. When one understands the impersonality of Godhead, the reservoir of pleasure, Krishna, he actually becomes transcendently blissful. Taittiriya Upanishad 2.7.1. The Supreme Lord is full in 6 opulences, and when a devotee approaches him, there is an exchange of these 6 opulences. The servant of the king enjoys on an almost equal level with the king. And so eternal happiness or perishable happiness and eternal life accompany devotional service. Therefore, realization of Brahman or eternity or imperishability is included in devotional service. This is already possessed by a person who is engaged in devotional service. The living entity, although Brahman by nature, has the desire to lord it over the material world, and due to this he falls down. In his constitutional position, a living entity is above the 3 modes of material nature, but association with material nature entangles him in the different modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. Due to the association of these 3 modes, his desire to dominate the material world is there. By engagement in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness, he is immediately situated in the transcendental position, and his unlawful desire to control material nature is removed. Therefore, the process of devotional service, beginning with hearing, chanting, remembering the prescribed 9 methods for realizing devotional service, should be practiced in an association of devotees. Gradually, by such association, by the influence of the spiritual master, one's material desire to dominate is removed, and one becomes firmly situated in the Lord's transcendental living service. This method is prescribed from the 22nd to the last verse of this chapter. Devotional service to the Lord is very simple. One should always engage in the service of the Lord. Should eat the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the deity, smell the flowers offered to the lotus feet of the Lord, see the places where the Lord and his transcendental pastimes, read of the different activities of the Lord, his reciprocation of love with his devotees, chant always the transcendental vibration Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ramo, Ramo, Hare Hare, and observe the fasting days commemorating the appearances and disappearances of the Lord and his devotees. By following such a process, one becomes completely detached from all material activities. One who can thus situate himself in the Brahma Jyoti, the different varieties of the Brahman conception, is equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead in quality. Thus, in the Bhakti Vedanta purports to the 14th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita in the matter of the 3 modes of material nature. That's it.
Yes. Chapter 15. the yoga of the Supreme Person. Text 1. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Urdhvamulam Adashakam Ashwadham Prahuravyayam Chandam Shiyasya Parnani Yastam Vedasa Vedavid. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha, the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, Urdhvamulam, with roots above, Adah, downwards, Shakam, branches, Ashwadham, a banyan tree, Prahu is said, Avyayam, eternal, Chandamshi, the Vedic hymns, Yasya, of which, Parnani, the leaves, Yah, anyone who, Tham, that, Veda, knows, Sa, he, Vedavit, the knower of the Vedas. Translation. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, it is said that there is an imperishable banyan tree that has its roots upward and its branches down, and whose leaves are the Vedic hymns. One who knows this tree is the knower of the Vedas. Purport. After the discussion of the importance of Bhakti Yoga, one may question, what about the Vedas? It is explained in this chapter that the purpose of Vedic study is to understand Krishna. Therefore, one who is in Krishna consciousness, who is engaged in devotional service, already knows the Vedas. Entanglement of this material world is compared here to a banyan tree. For one who is engaged in fruitive activities, there is no end to the banyan tree. He wanders from one branch to another, to another, to another. The tree of this material world has no end. And for one who is attached to this tree, there is no possibility of liberation.
Let's stop right there. Let's stop right here. Stop right next to you, okay?
The Vedic hymns meant for elevating oneself are called the leaves of this tree. The tree's roots grow upward because they begin from where Brahma is located, the topmost planet of this universe. If one can understand this indestructible tree of illusion, then one can get out of it. This process of extrication should be understood. In the previous chapters, it has been explained that there are many processes by which to get out of the material entanglement. And up to the 13th chapter, we have seen that devotional service to the Supreme Lord is the best way. Now, the basic principle of devotional service is detachment from material activities and attachment to the transcendental service of the Lord. The process of breaking attachment to the material world is discussed in the beginning of this chapter. The root of this material existence grows upward. This means that it begins from the total material substance, from the topmost planet of the universe. From there, the whole universe is expanded with so many branches representing the various planetary systems. The fruits represent the results of the living entities' activities, namely religion, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation.
Now there is no ready experience in this world of a tree situated with its branches down and its roots upward, but there is such a thing. That tree can be found beside a reservoir of water. We can see that the trees on the bank reflect upon the water with their branches down and roots up. In other words, the tree of this material world is only a reflection of the real tree of the spiritual world. This reflection of the spiritual world is situated on desire. Just as a tree reflection is situated on water, desire is the cause of things. Being situated in this reflected material light, one who wants to get out of this material existence must know this tree thoroughly through analytical study. Then he can cut off his relationship with it. This tree, being the reflection of the real tree, is an exact replica. Everything is there in the spiritual world. The impersonalists take Brahman to be the root of this material tree. And from the root, according to Sankhya philosophy, come Prakriti, Purusha, then the three gunas, then the 5 gross elements, Pancha Mahabhuta, then the 10 senses, the Sandriya, mind, etc. In this way, they divide up the whole material world into 24 elements. If Brahman is the center of all manifestations, then this material world is a manifestation of the center by 180 degrees. And the other 180 degrees constitute the spiritual world. The material world is the perverted reflection. So the spiritual world must have the same variegatedness. But in reality, the Prakriti is the external energy of the Supreme Lord, and the Purusha is the Supreme Lord himself. And that is explained in Bhagavad Gita. Since this manifestation is material, it is temporary. A reflection is temporary, for it is sometimes seen and sometimes not seen. But the origin from whence the reflection is reflected is eternal. The material reflection of the real tree has to be cut off. When it is said that a person knows the Vedas, it is assumed that he knows how to cut off attachment to this material world. If one knows that process, he actually knows the Vedas. One who is attracted by the ritualistic formulas of the Vedas is attracted by the beautiful green leaves of the tree. He does not exactly know the purpose of the Vedas. The purpose of the Vedas, as disclosed by the personality of Godhead himself, is to cut down this reflected tree and attain the real tree of the spiritual world. Hare Krishna, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Did I get this one first? Yes. I thought I didn't because he was running around.
Are you in the mode of goodness?
Did you get a personal quick, Daddy?
Yes.
Yeah.
But now the rest stage until we leave the temple, we decide that.
Oh, so I only get a +1 point if the rest of the time I stay good. Are you going to sing today? No, I want you to sing.
You can play it down.
How
That belongs to Anna.
about I do repeat?
That belongs to Anna.
Why?
You find the other one, small one.
No, why don't?
The
Small one's in the library.
Okay, there's a small one in the library. Go.
No,
Vades can play it. It's
Yeah.
like really small.
Where? The small one in the library. Go.
Okay, for him.
Oh yeah. Then you sing.
No, no, it's okay. Sit down and do it. Sit down and do it. Listen, follow my instruction. Sit down, please.
Daddy, don't say, don't do this. This one has not loud one.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh no, no, check. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji, number 3. Microphone. Number 3. Yeah. I put it up, but it's not making sound. Yeah, okay. What happened, Prabhuji? Is that switch? There is a mute button on the top. Okay, got it. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadba.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakati Sadma.
Bandhamuji Savadana Mate.
Namo Isabana Mate.
Jehara Prasadi Bai E Baba Toriya Jai.
Jahara Prasade Pai E Baba Doriya Jai.
Krishna Prapti Hoi Jaha Hote.
Na Prapti Ho Jaha Hote.
Guru Mukha Padma Vakya चित्ते ते कुरिया क्या
गुरुमुख परमावक्या चित्ते करे क्या
अरना कोरी हो मानी आशा
करना करी माने आशा
श्री गुरु चेरानी रति ऐसे उत्तमा गति
गुरु चरणे राति ऐसे उत्तमा गति
जय प्रसादि पूरे सर्वा आशा
प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा
चक्षुदान ढीलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से
मिलो जे जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से
दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशितो
ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित
प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते
भक्ति जा होते अविद्या विनाश जते
वेदे गाय जहारा चरितो
जहर चरित
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदा माजे नारा बंधु
श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदम जैनर बंधु
लोके ना लोके राजीवाना
लोकेनाथ लोकेर जीवाना
आह प्रभु कोरो दया देहा मोरे पाद छाया
प्रभु करो दया देह मोरे पद छाया
ये बेजास गुसुक त्रिभुवाना प्रभु पाद पतित पवाना
प्रभुपाद पतित पवाना
जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा जय प्रभु पदा
जय प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद जय प्रभु पद
जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा
नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय नमो ॐ विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्यति नामिने
ॐ विष्णुपदाय
कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्यति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे
जय श्री
नमो सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद
नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैता गदाधर Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Shri Krishna
Chaitanya Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol The lotus feet of our spiritual masters, the only bread by washing and Peter of service. I bow down to his lotus feet with great honor and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of serious suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish and my conscience is purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment from his lotus feet is the perfect and love fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord, birth after birth. From him ecstatic permanent emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, the Lord and master of devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us shade of the lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the universe. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shrimati
Vedanta Swami